Resident Evil 4 Remake is already 2023's highest-rated game. The highly anticipated game has been released on 24 March to be exact, and it's good news everyone because the reviews are in, and Resident Evil 4 is already one of 2023's highest-rated games. This is exactly what we wanted to hear. If you're dying to get your hands on Resident Evil 4, you can currently download and buy it on Steam, which will give you the taste of the game. Our expectations were high for this remake, seeing as Resident Evil 4 is already one of the greatest games of all time, and Capcom has not disappointed. The remake has garnered a very impressive score of 93 over on Metacritic, ranking Resident Evil 4 in the top 3 games of 2023. That's right. Resident Evil 4 has achieved a score of 93 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. This means that Resi 4 only sits behind The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt Complete Edition with a score of 94, and Metroid Prime Remastered also with a score of 93, which technically makes Resident Evil 4 the highest-rated Hollow game of 2023. The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt's new-gen update actually launched back in December, so this is simply the physical box release, while Metroid Prime Remastered is, obviously, a remaster and uses the original game as a framework. Resident Evil 4 may be a remake, but unlike remasters, remakes are built entirely from scratch. So you see my point. Gammon G. Bibles James awarded the game a very respectable rating of 9, writing that, "It's clear to me that this game is a worthy remake. The gameplay is better than in the original title even with its limitations, while the changes and new additions bring a new lease of life of their own. The redesigned characters are striking, with some excellent voice acting to sell the dialogue. Resident Evil 4 is a brilliant action horror game, and I'll no doubt play through it multiple times over the coming months." GG Recon awarded the game a perfect score of 100, saying, "Resident Evil 4 Remake is as action-packed as the original and keeps to the same sincere vision whilst updating on graphics, controls, and all the other modern comforts of gaming that we come to expect." Gfinity also gave a perfect score, adding, "Resident Evil 4 Remake breathes fresh life into the beloved game, delivering a perfect upgrade on the gameplay, story, and aesthetics of a horror classic. A huge success for Capcom." Revealed all the way back in June 2022, Resident Evil 4 follows the same formula Capcom used for the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, overhauling the graphics and gameplay mechanics while still staying true to the spirit of the original, but with a few subversions and twists here and there. Development was reportedly challenging compared to Resident Evil 2 and Nemesis, largely due to the popularity of the original, with many gamers stating it's one of the greatest games ever. Producer Yoshiaki Hirabayashi stated this love and passion for the game did make him nervous when it came to working on the remake. Following our review with a 16-hour playthrough on standard difficulty and a run-through on New Game Plus in Professional, we knew it deserved the excellent score of 8/10, believing it captures the magic of the original while surprising and punishing confident returning players who feel they know the game inside and out. Everything from the visuals, sound design, gameplay loop, and more have benefited from the remake treatment. The horror also seems to be dialed up, with environments and enemy types feeling more threatening than ever, making those extra ammo packs and healing items feel even more rewarding. Eurogamer shares our opinion, praising the game for displaying the original game's strengths while introducing its own innovations to keep familiar and new fans happy. Similarly, GameSpot gave the remake a whopping 10/10, stating that Capcom have successfully preserved the legacy of one of the greatest games of all time. IGN followed suit with a score of 10 masterpiece, celebrating its story and gameplay intensity while keeping a healthy dose of the fun and campiness the original is fondly remembered for.